The journey with this ma'am, Shrikant. I love this. आ रहा है सबकी आंखें खोलने.
Yeah.
When you heard the script, what was going in your mind? Like, कैसे आंखें खुली और कैसे you got attacked to this script?
I was taken aback. It's a very inspirational story to tell, and he's a commendable person if you meet him in person also. Very different, very alike any of us, or rather more than us. So very inspirational. So when you have to say a story like this to the people, I think it should be told boldly and proudly. So we were all on board on day one.
Okay.
We were just like, we heard it.
So there
and we
was
said,
no
"We're doing
second
it."
thought in your mind?
No, not at all. I'm playing a very good character, and what more than being part of a brilliant script and an inspirational story.
And I've been seeing you, ma'am, you were more into social-oriented messages, being a woman, being women-oriented message. I've been seeing your all movies not in Hindi, in Malayalam, in other movies.
Yeah.
What that spirit goes on, that you have targeted that subject that you need to work on?
I think naturally we are in a very male-dominated society.
Yes.
Right? Whether it's at home or it's at workspace. So I think whatever you end up doing looks like it's like a social message, or like women need to, there's so much of space to be given to them in every field that it automatically looks like I'm doing a film with a social message.
Yeah.
But actually I just take up characters where we largely depict the strength of a woman. I like to showcase on screen a woman the way she is in real life. Like a housewife, or I've seen my mother-in-law or my mother. A lot of Suriya's sister, or such strong women in real life. So I feel that should be brought across on screen. And I feel even if it's like in 1-2 scenes it comes across, I say okay to the film.
But as we talk about this movie, Comeback, people always talk about the happy moments. We had a great time on the sets. What was the struggle point you think? It was really hard take to give, and it was a tough time for you as an actor to get into that.
I think the most emotional point was when the teacher sends Shrikant he gets admission in the US, in the MIT, and she's sending him off at the airport. And somewhere, all our children want to go away also to the US at some point, they want to study, or they're planning to travel abroad. So I just feel that one emotion of sending, like Shrikant is like a child to me in the film. Like, I'm his teacher, and I've seen him in his journey, in the success journey, and I felt that sending him away to America for studies felt like, okay, now it's going to be all empty without him. That particular scene really touched my heart.
That touched you so much. Yeah. And as being you are doing a teacher role, but in real life also you're playing a very important role. Being a mother, we are a good teachers also. We need to be there.
Definitely.
So I just wanted to know, is being a mother, and when your kids are already a grown-up kids, and very intelligent kids, how they react when they say, oh, my mom is a superstar?
I think for the kids, we are more than teachers, we are villains.
Even I'm a mother, so I can connect to it.
But no, I mean, a mother is always the backbone of, or maybe she's always the one who takes all the negative decisions. You can't do this, you can't do that.
Same.
Yeah, but so it's great. There's a lot of learning, a lot of adjustments. Marriage teaches you a lot. So this constant is always in a woman's life. So it's nice when it can only come through a woman for her kids.
And being a mother, it's a big compliment when your kids give you a compliment. So what's the best compliment you got here from girl child or from your daughter? She has seen your movie. Like, we are still a fan of Chandru. I don't know how many generations will see that. And I think they live in your face. How many series will come, how many remakes will come, but you are the face. She has seen and have been reacted to some of your movies?
Yeah, of course. I think the proudest moment for me is when they lift their, they hold their head high and walk into the theatre to see my film. I am not embarrassed about, I make sure I make the children proud. And they proudly bring their friends to the theatre and sit in a group and watch. So that is one thing Suriya and me both have ensured, that our children watching our film should feel extremely proud when they walk out.
Exactly, that is happening.
That's feeling like.
So, your daughter has sometimes given a best compliment for your particular movie, if you can reveal. She loved it.
Quite a few of them, but yesterday she saw Shrikant, and she had some wonderful things to say about it. And they connect to this education journey. All the children connect to it because somewhere they are preparing, they are in that phase where education right now means a lot. Exams is a big burden, and so she felt for him. She said, how can they not give him a chance? He scored 98. Why did the Indian education system, how can they not allow them to take science? And he fought. So they were like full of it. They connected a lot to this story.
But ma'am, it's a long journey for you being into industry, and especially in the Telugu industry. We love you. You are a big star for us. No doubt in that. when it comes to Telugu industry, what goosebumps do you get? Like we get when we see you on screen, still.
I feel the Telugu industry is very affectionate, very loving. They love their cinema. They watch all kinds of cinema. I think from a God film to a small film to the bigger films to a Bahubali. I think they accept different kinds of cinema, and we feel very grateful because we've really not done. I really haven't done straight Telugu films. Even Suriya, for that matter, we haven't done too many straight films. They've been more of our dubbed films which have come, and the way they've accepted and loved us, I think it's very special.
So do you still remember, ma'am, your first day in Telugu cinema on the sets? If you have to share something, because that time you were very new. Now you are being a big star. If somebody asks you, ma'am, the first day, how you deal with that?
So I think I came to Telugu a little later when I had gained the stardom. But I've done a film, of course, with Ravi Teja and a
Yes.
film with Chiranjeevi sir.
Yes.
And I was, more than me feeling anything, I was awestruck with them. I think
Yeah.
Chiranjeevi sir, it was lovely. We did Tagore and Ravi Teja and I did Shock. So it was nice. We're always in awe of our heroes.
Okay. So, but you being an inspiration for all the women, as I was saying, being a mother role, being a wife role, then it comes to a different culture. Nowadays, it's a very trendy thing. Like love has no bar. Like I am myself is example from a different culture to different culture. How it's get to your mind to get connected. Like we always teach our girls. You have to go in a place where you need to be like this and that.
Yeah.
At that time, what makes you to do this decision and get into the different culture? What was going in your mind?
Yeah, I don't believe in caste and any of those norms. So I think for me, it was Suriya and me was pure friendship which turned into love. And I think there's nothing like having your spouse as your best friend. And,
Yes.
as your person, as your confidant, as a person I share my work relationship with also. So I think nothing better than him. So I'd always say make your choice, go for the right man, know him.
Yes,
and then
that's more
move into a
important.
relationship.
That's more important. I think as a mother, we all need to give.
Yeah,
In the future, they
definitely.
must be asking us, Mom, how we need to go
It's
about
an entire
it.
life to be lived. So you have to know who you're going to marry.
Do you think at the time of being mother in some generation and now being a mother of this generation, do you find any difference when you were a daughter and now you have a daughter?
Yeah, it's a big difference. I think we were listening to our parents.
Exactly.
And, they do listen to us. My God, I'll get shouted at home. They do listen to us, but I think they are independent. They have more choices in life. They know they have an opinion. They've seen things earlier than what we saw today. There's social media. There's so many ways of knowing the world better. So I think they're smarter.
Exactly.
So, we have to also learn to, it's another generation.
Yes.
Give them a little bit of that space. But same time, of course, it's great to be best friends with your kids. But it's giving them the space
yes.
is also important.
So can we see you in the future in proper Telugu movies as we are
Definitely.
seeing you more of the Bollywood movies?
No, its language has not been the choice. It's never been. I just did a Malayalam film. I found the story outstanding with Mammootty sir. So I'm just looking for that script. Be it Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Hindi. It's just the script and the character of mine which I play which matter. Language is not like the
Not,
barrier.
that's so I can understand. That's your personality also. It's always a bar of talent. It's always worked. Let's come back to Srikanth again. When you met the real role, he's a real inspiration. I think these kind of movies are needed of the hour when our kids have everything. Still, this word is coming, depression. I think it's a very trendy word is coming when kids are having everything. I think these kind of movies should be shown, and in a more content-based, these should become so that our kids need more of this kind of content. What do you have to say about it?
Cinema has a great impact on people. It's the most
Like your daughter got a very
it's
great
the most
way.
impactful medium, I feel, and we look up to our heroes, we look up to our actresses. So I think the right message should be portrayed, the right kind of film should be made. And there are, like Srikanth, there are a lot of unsung heroes who should be spoken about. Like I learnt about Srikanth when I read the script.
Okay.
So I didn't know about him before this. So it's a huge learning for me that wow, this is more heroic than some of the heroes we know about,
Yes.
So it's important to tell these stories, especially to the children.
That's needed of the.
Yes.
So recently, you watch any Telugu movies and you love the actors? They're working good.
don't
You
know.
want to give a compliment to them?
Definitely, there's so many films, but I'm not a very avid cinema watcher. I haven't really watched anything recently. Last 1 year, it's just been work. I've been seeing some web series and been in that journey because we get that short 45 minutes break and then you quickly see one episode and run out for children or their exams or work. So really speaking, I haven't seen anything recently.